Imagine waking up to a normal morning on a peaceful coastline. The waves are calm, the sky is clear, and fishermen are already heading out to sea. Then, without warning, the ocean suddenly pulls back from the shore. Boats scrape against the exposed seabed. People stare in confusion as the water retreats farther and farther than anyone has ever seen. Minutes later, a wall of water taller than a skyscraper races toward land at the speed of a jet aircraft. Entire towns disappear in moments. This sounds like a scene from a disaster movie, but scientists warn that one of the greatest threats capable of producing such devastation may be hidden far beneath the ocean surface. Deep underwater, where sunlight never reaches and pressures can crush steel, enormous volcanoes are constantly active. Most remain unnoticed, but one powerful eruption in the wrong place could trigger a mega tsunami unlike anything modern civilization has ever experienced. The ocean floor is not a quiet, lifeless wasteland. It is one of the most violent environments on Earth. Thousands of underwater volcanoes stretch across the planet, forming chains that snake through the darkness for tens of thousands of miles. Every day, magma rises through cracks in the seabed, creating new crust and reshaping the ocean floor. Most of these eruptions occur far from human populations and go completely unnoticed. Yet some underwater volcanoes sit in locations where their collapse or eruption could unleash catastrophic energy. Scientists study these giants because they understand that the greatest dangers are often the ones hidden from sight. One volcano that has captured worldwide attention is located near the Pacific region, an area known as the Ring of Fire. This massive belt of volcanic and seismic activity surrounds much of the Pacific Ocean and is responsible for some of the most powerful earthquakes and eruptions ever recorded. Beneath these waters lie volcanic mountains so large they would tower above Mount Everest if measured from their bases. Some are active, some are dormant, and others are slowly building pressure beneath the seabed. Researchers fear that a major underwater eruption combined with a massive landslide could displace unimaginable volumes of water in a matter of seconds. To understand why this threat is so serious, it is important to know the difference between an ordinary tsunami and a mega tsunami. Most tsunamis are caused by underwater earthquakes that lift or drop sections of the ocean floor. The resulting waves may be only a few feet high in the open ocean, but they grow dramatically as they approach land. A mega tsunami is something far more terrifying. Instead of being generated mainly by seismic movement, it can occur when enormous masses of rock, volcanic debris, or entire mountain sections suddenly collapse into the sea. This displacement can create waves hundreds or even thousands of feet tall near the source. History provides chilling examples of what happens when nature releases this kind of energy. In 1958, an earthquake triggered a massive landslide into Alaska's Lituya Bay. The impact generated a wave that reached an astonishing height of over 1,700 feet, stripping trees from mountainsides and leaving scars still visible today. Fortunately, the event occurred in a remote area. Scientists often point to this disaster as proof that megatsunamis are not science fiction. They have happened before, and under the right conditions they can happen again. Now imagine a similar event occurring on a much larger scale beneath the ocean. Some underwater volcanoes possess unstable slopes made of volcanic rock and ash. Over thousands of years, these slopes grow steeper and heavier. If a powerful eruption weakens the structure or an earthquake shakes the region, millions or even billions of tons of material could collapse into the sea. The sudden movement would shove vast quantities of water outward in all directions. The resulting wave could travel across entire ocean basins, threatening coastlines hundreds or thousands of miles away. Scientists have discovered evidence suggesting that giant volcanic collapses have occurred in the past. Ancient deposits found on the seafloor reveal enormous debris fields created when sections of volcanic islands broke away and plunged into the ocean. These events likely generated colossal waves that swept across nearby regions. Although they are rare on human timescales, geological records show that Earth is capable of producing disasters far beyond anything most people can imagine. One particularly concerning aspect of underwater volcanoes is how difficult they are to monitor. Unlike land-based volcanoes that can be observed directly, underwater systems are hidden beneath miles of water. Specialized sensors, satellites, and robotic vehicles are often required to detect changes. Even with modern technology, scientists cannot always predict exactly when an eruption will occur. The deep ocean remains one of the least explored places on Earth, and many volcanic systems are still poorly understood. In recent years, researchers have recorded dramatic underwater eruptions that offered a glimpse into the immense power concealed beneath the waves. One eruption generated shock waves that traveled around the planet multiple times. Satellites captured the explosion from space, while pressure sensors detected disturbances across entire oceans. The event served as a reminder that underwater volcanoes can release extraordinary amounts of energy with little warning. Had conditions been slightly different, the resulting tsunami could have been far more destructive. What makes the threat even more frightening is the speed at which a tsunami can travel. In deep water, tsunami waves can move as fast as commercial airplanes. People living near the source may have only minutes to react. Coastal communities farther away might receive warnings, but the sheer scale of a mega tsunami could overwhelm defenses designed for smaller events. Seawalls, evacuation routes, and emergency plans are effective against many disasters, yet a truly massive wave could exceed expectations and challenge even the best prepared regions. Scientists use computer simulations to model worst-case scenarios. These simulations examine what might happen if large volcanic flanks collapsed into the ocean. Some results are alarming, showing waves capable of causing severe destruction across extensive coastal areas. However, researchers emphasize that such scenarios are not predictions. They represent possibilities used to improve preparedness and understand risks. The goal is not to spread panic, but to ensure that communities and governments can respond effectively if warning signs appear. The psychological impact of these threats is fascinating. Humans tend to fear dangers they can see, such as storms, wildfires, or tornadoes. Underwater volcanoes are different. They exist in darkness, hidden beneath layers of ocean that conceal their activity. Because they are invisible, many people rarely think about them. Yet some of the most powerful geological forces on Earth are operating beneath the sea at this very moment. Every rumble, every movement of magma, and every shift in the ocean floor is part of a dynamic system that has shaped the planet for millions of years. Despite the danger, scientists continue making remarkable progress in understanding these hidden giants. Networks of underwater sensors monitor seismic activity. Satellites track subtle changes in sea level. Autonomous vehicles explore volcanic craters and map the ocean floor with incredible precision. Each new discovery helps researchers better understand how underwater volcanoes behave and how future disasters might be detected earlier. While perfect prediction remains impossible, knowledge continues to improve humanity's ability to respond. The possibility of a mega tsunami triggered by an underwater volcano remains one of the most dramatic natural hazards known to science. It combines the explosive power of volcanic eruptions with the unstoppable force of the ocean. Although such events are extremely rare, their consequences could be enormous. Entire coastlines could be transformed within hours, and the effects could ripple across continents. That is why scientists devote so much effort to studying these hidden systems, searching for clues buried beneath the waves. Right now, somewhere in the darkness of the deep ocean, magma is rising through cracks in the Earth's crust. Pressure is building inside underwater chambers. Volcanic mountains are slowly growing, changing, and evolving beyond human sight. Most will remain harmless, and many will erupt without causing major damage. But the possibility remains that one day, a powerful underwater volcano could unleash a chain of events capable of generating a mega tsunami. If that day comes, the world may be reminded that some of Earth's greatest dangers are not in the sky above us or on the land beneath our feet, but hidden in the silent depths of the ocean, waiting for the moment when nature decides to reveal its true power.